Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel, whichever applies. Got a match for you, a little domination on Ring in the new Tier 4 French cruiser. I dread even trying to say this name, Emile-Bertin, I believe, or something thereabouts. Yet again, my apologies to the French. As I've said before, made a heck of a ship though. The mod for this ship, we'll just go ahead and get the numbers out the way as quick as possible. You only get one mod for this ship if you've been paying attention. Aiming systems mod 1 every time. Upgrades are hull B, targeting system 4. That gives you a range increase of 10%. That took me out 13.8 clicks. Torps 550 mils, reload 84 seconds, max damage 13,233, speed 58 knots, detectable at 1.2 clicks, range 7.5 clicks, 26,500 HP. You have 6 to 30 mil armor, torp damage reduction with the armor belt 7%. Your artillery, 55 MLE 1930s, 3x3, 152 mils, and you're going to have 2 turrets at the front, 1 at the aft end of the ship. Range on those is 14.5 clicks. That'll be, I believe, some bonuses here and there. Eventually, how it all works out at the end for the final number. 14.5 clicks is your range on this ship. That's pretty damn far. Reload 12 seconds. I really wish that were a little quicker, but I guess you can't have your cake and ice cream and gummy bears and eat it too, unfortunately. Whatever. 180 degree traverse time, 15 seconds. So no slouch there getting them around all the way either. HE shell max damage 2200. Fire chance 14%. AP max damage 3399. So the AP I find is useful pretty much against broadside cruisers, and usually I like them to be fairly close, inside of 8 clicks hopefully. You have secondaries, 2x1 90 mils, range 4.2 clicks, max HE 1300, fire chance 7%, reload 4 seconds. Ton of AA on this ship, kind of pointless now except for shooting down fighter planes, since the aircraft carriers aren't in the game and what have you. That being said, I think just by looking at the spec out screen for the AA, you have no problem going anywhere near an enemy plane and taking it out. Your max speed in this ship, cruiser, pretty impressive for 40.2 knots. Turning circle radius 670 meters. Rudder shift 7.4 seconds. Alright, let's see, what's next? Your detectability by sea, 11.6 clicks. By air, 7 clicks. Your guaranteed detectability range is 2 clicks. And in smoke, 5.4 clicks. You get sonar times 2. Detect torps at 2.6. Ships at 3.7. Your duration is 90 seconds. Reload is 180 seconds. You get 3 fighters, duration 360 seconds. Man, that Dene. They are probably one of the easiest ships to Citadel in the entire game, so I don't know how much credit I can take there. But man, every time I see one, I really enjoy shooting at it because it makes me feel better, because RNG hates me and I don't get many Citadels. So back to the sonar. Torps detect at 2.6 clicks. You're going to detect the ships at 3.7 clicks. Duration 90 seconds, reload 180. You pretty much want to be using them if you want to make sure you run through them pretty quickly, or you can use them strategically when you need to. Your fighter times 3, duration 360 seconds, average DPS 43, reload 180 seconds. You won't even get to use all 3 at that if you use it that way. I have Lemonnier as the commander. I have him at a 7-0. Inspiration, Norm Scott. Cruiser, main gun precision, plus 2.75% with that inspiration. Burn It Down XXL, Igniter, Punch Through, Fixated. The legendary, of course, which I do not have, is I think the Refill Station. Reload minus 3%, off 12 seconds. That's like, I don't know, 0.4 seconds, something, give or take, something here or there. So half second, give or take, a little less, might help. Or you get the additional consumable. You barely get to use all the consumables as it is with the current setup. So I don't know how much better packed out would be as the legendary trait. Alright, Dufournet, I kind of wonder about maybe using him as a captain. One thing I've noticed, if you look at Lemonier's traits and what you can select, he's like the French version of Yamamoto. So Yamamoto is pretty much the cruiser captain you're going to pick if you're running the Japanese cruisers, and really enjoy using him with the traits he has. So to me, Dufournet is the only other captain I have, and he seems very Dewey-ish, I guess. The way his traits are laid out. He's one of those miscellaneous commanders that you can use for just about anything. And, you know, just pick the right options for you, mix and match kind of deal. Whereas Lemonnier seems much more specific. I think the fact that he came with a premium ship too, he probably is the French cruiser captain to upgrade and to throw promotion orders at and what have you. I keep wondering if maybe Wargaming's going to throw something new, but you never know. So, alright, we'll dive into the match. Of course, I am playing on the Xbox One X as usual. Got this Phoenix here, wanted to go right after it. The Phoenix can be a dangerous ship with that gun upgrade on it. Ended up being able to take it out. I should have switched to HE a lot sooner. I always am hopeful with the AP, like, oh, maybe, you know, I'm close enough. It's just going to be so powerful. I'll overmatch and get a punch through, but it's not like I have the overmatch and armor statistics for every single ship in the game memorized. I'm not that special. So, diving into the match, definitely playing some peekaboo, definitely trying to use the islands for cover, playing that cruiser game. If you look at the mini-map, I kind of realize I'm a little stretched out over here at Charlie. But I see these cruisers, and they have some other ships firing at them, other cruisers and one battleship, and they don't really seem to be paying a whole lot of attention to me, so I'm okay with that. I am definitely going to, and have, I believe already this match, thrown some potatoes out there. I'm not the not the best shot in the world. I do all right, but they did not make it easy in this game, and again, I'm convinced RNG hates me, but yeah, it's a personal issue. Maybe I need to talk to a shrink about it. I don't know. Pray to the God of RNGesus. Anyway, so for Ataka, that can be a stout ship. Gonna take some shots. You know, a good way to play this ship is to harass at range. If you can stay right around your max range, up there in the 13, 14 click range, and just let it rain, you can bring a lot of pain. A lot of ships, as others have noticed and talked about in this game, but people are kind of predictable, and they tend to shoot at ships that are closer to them. They tend to shoot at ships that provide a better angle. I think most of us do that. I absolutely do that still whenever I'm playing. And I believe I actually do that in this game. But there's a point, look, I get a bad angle on him, so I stop and I see this other DT turn into his port side, and I know he's about to present broadside to me. I stand a much better chance of getting the Citadel, and boom, it pays off. So you definitely got to be mindful of the angle, and your opponents are going to take the easiest shots at the easiest ships. It's just 9 out of 10 times that's what they're going to do, 8 out of 10. Every now and then you're going to find someone who knows how to play the game, who's just going to really be going after the bigger threat, trying to get the biggest threat at the time off the board if it's within its range. So we got that DT gone, and I see this other DT, and he's only got about 2 bars left, right? I'm working on 3 ships now. I'm like, hey, all right, this is an alright game. And then I splash this guy with 2 citadels. This is pretty cool. It's like it's raining Lucky Charms, man. So I throw these shots over that island, and I was really, really hoping they would hit, and I could just go straight at this Furutaka. With having the 2 sets of 3 main turrets up front, you can really like bow tank someone and bow charge him and just go at him. But unfortunately those shots didn't land. That other DT has literally a sliver, a fraction of health, and is just hanging on by a thread. And I'm like the closest guy to him, probably the only one that's gonna get him. And I want to make a little difference in the score here. It's 3v3. And we are up a decent amount here, but you know, these games can swing around in a hurry, so I want to get ship sunk and see what I can do. Landed some on that Furutaka. Again, take shots where you can. I don't know if you noticed, but I kind of cut in straight for the island, and I knew I was spotted, but that allowed me to take another shot at the Furutaka, get a salvo off. And also, it kind of, the DT, like, you're spotted. It sees you on its mini-map coming straight towards the island, but it really doesn't know what you're going to do until you do it. It's a 50-50 guess. And as I learned in the Navy, there's the 50-50-90 rule. If you have a 50-50 choice, or 50-50 chance at being wrong or right, 90% of the time you're going to be wrong. That, you know, of course, doesn't always work out, but it's a fair measure, I've noticed in my experience. So, kind of try and provide the opponent with as much indecision as possible, and also try to minimize what they expect. If they expect me to loop around this side of the island and they think I'm going to charge in hard, if it's a destroyer on the other side looking to drop some torps, I'll like swing out and kind of fish hook back, just to at least, I may still be a sitting duck, but at least I'm not giving him what he expects and what he wants. So I hit that DT with a salvo. Man, I couldn't get the kill right there. Are you kidding me? I think I did like 23 damage. Ended up getting him though. So that is El Cuatro, the good old number 4 ship sunk. 57k, not a huge amount of damage. This ship, for me at least, it, you know, there's not many cruisers in this game. They're just tanks. You know, there are definitely some that are delicate, and you'd almost feel safer taking your refrigerator box and throwing some caulk on it and throwing that in the water and hopping in it. But I don't find any of them to be outrageously tanky. So you got to be careful as you want to, and as you should with any cruiser. Your torps, you have again the 2 setups of 3 tubes, 1 each side, but you only launch 3 torps. So they're good very defensively, but your odds on hitting with all 3, you got to be pretty close, and hopefully you're only using them in a defensive or kind of a surprise situation. So trying to finish capturing the point here, and then I'm going to work my way over to the other points, the last known locations of the ships. Can kind of give you an idea where they're at looking at the mini map. So just trying to head over that general direction. I saw that plane flying up over there, so obviously that's where the cruiser was at some point in time. And we're just tooling along. I will say, all in all, I do like this ship. It was fun to play for Tier 4. At 40 knots, man, this thing is quicker than some destroyers out there. And upper tier destroyers, not just Tier 4 destroyers. So I notice obviously that someone is taking Charlie over here, and I want to get up in it and see what's going on. I figure it's the destroyer, and boom, there is the Farragut. Now, why isn't this guy shooting at me? See, as much as I hope to help people with this game and show them what to do and what they can do, this right here is awesome. Because this is a perfect example of what the hell not to do. He didn't shoot because he's lining up and shooting his torps. That is one thing that I always try to remind myself of when I see a destroyer. And if he's shooting in very irregular patterns or stops shooting for, is shooting every 5-6 seconds, boom, 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 back to back to back to back, and then all of a sudden it stops for like 15 seconds. Well, he's probably trying to line up, and of course keeping an eye on his movement and his angle on the bow in relation to you. And I should have known he fired the torps. At any rate, was able to take him out. That boosted the score up. We secured the win, and we did get the Kraken. I would have loved to have somehow been able to get 6, but unfortunately it wasn't in the cards. I haven't gotten 6 yet, but hopefully one day, right? I would definitely recommend the French cruiser line. It seems to be a lot of fun. I really enjoyed the German Tier 4 and Tier 5 cruisers. I think I may like them a little bit better than the Tier 3 and Tier 4 or Tier 5 French cruisers. But from what I understand, and I got, a heck of a lot of work to get there, some grinding to do, that the Tier 7 French cruiser is really, really an awesome ship. So I'm going to be grinding it out, see if I can get there. This was a pretty good match. Earned almost 250,000 silver. That's what I need at this point. I even have ships unlocked that I can't buy yet because I don't have enough silver. The Bliska Vika is in the ship store for, I don't even remember how many doubloons. I did pick it up. Came with Jerzy Swirsky, I believe. My apologies, I believe, to the Polish on that. Can I carpet bomb apologize to all countries about mispronunciations and just get it out the way? I don't know. At any rate, going to be seeing if I can get a video for you guys with that as well. Hope you enjoyed it. Look forward to making another video. Thanks for your support. Have a great one.